Oh, goody.
Alright, what's going on everybody? Zombies here again, and today we're back with another Marvel Snap video. So in this one we have some pretty big news about Kang. Kang is the final card joining the game for the February season, so he should be dropping next Tuesday, or actually this Tuesday I believe. And it's a card a lot of people are excited about. Just had the whole Ant-Man movie and some other Marvel stuff kind of introducing him, like the Loki series. So a lot of people excited for this card. Has a pretty interesting effect. If you haven't seen Kang yet, we did go over him before, but we can read what he does right now. Kang the Conqueror is a 5-cost 0 power that reads, on reveal, look at what your opponent did, then restart the turn without Kang. This is a card that a lot of people have a lot of different opinions on, and I will talk about my opinions on it in a little bit here. But there's actually, some specific news about Kang. That is the whole point of this video, and that is Kang is going to be joining the fellow big bads in Thanos and Galactus and being a permanent Series 5 card. So here we can see the news from Steven. Kang is a big bad. He will join forces with his buddies Thanos and Galactus to stay in Series 5. I really do not like this decision. So people have been asking about this for a bit, and they said they were kind of deciding. Well, now it sounds like they have decided, and now we have another permanent addition to Series 5. And I think that's not really a great thing for the game that this is happening so quickly. In general, I don't think cards being permanent Series 5 or even Series 5 existing is a great thing for the game overall, and really could use with some serious work, because it really makes a lot of the player base feel like they just can't get access to these interesting, fun cards that they want to play with. So Thanos, Galactus, when we got the first news about the rotation system, they were announced as the two big bads who are going to be staying in Pool 5 permanently. And while I wasn't super a fan of that decision, I kind of understood the logic a bit, because they're two of the more iconic characters. And once Thanos gets updated, they'll both have a very sick over-the-top animation. And the big thing to me is that Thanos and Galactus spawn archetypes of decks that are unique and cannot work without them. You can't play a Thanos deck without Thanos, and you can't play a Galactus deck without Galactus. So I think that was kind of a real staple of the fact that these big iconic characters made decks that don't really work without them. Now with Kang, I think Kang has a cool and interesting effect, and a very sweet animation, which we're going to see in a second here. But I don't think Kang has that same level of epicness that really kind of warrants this. And at the same time, his effect, while interesting and potentially powerful, it's hard to really evaluate until we get to play with it. But I don't think he is a deck-defining card. He's more of a card that goes into certain decks that might make them better, but you're not making a deck solely around Kang like you are Galactus or Thanos. So to me, it really kind of misses the mark. Also, it brings up some questions of, well, if Kang is joining Series 5 big bads permanently, why didn't Null? Is it because Kang is more featured in the MCU stuff? Because some people have pointed out that Null, in terms of power and whatnot, really could take down all of these characters. So why isn't he a big bad, even though I am happy they aren't doing that to Null, because I want more people to be able to play with the card, because it's a fun card. But it's really weird to me that they're doing this so soon. I was kind of hoping they would just do it with Thanos and Galactus and leave it that way for a very long period of time. And, maybe far in the future, they can add some more big bads and whatnot. But the fact that we're getting one so soon as another permanent Series 5 really just does not feel very good to me. But on a more positive note, the Kang animation's really sweet. And we actually have a clip of that here. This is from an old video put out around launch for Marvel Snap, and it actually shows off the information, or not the information, the animation. So let's take a look at it. So that was pretty epic, not gonna lie. At least in terms of animations, I think he's definitely up there as one of the cooler ones in the game. But I just don't really like this decision, and it makes me worried that more cards are going to enter Series 5 permanently, when I think Series 5 right now is probably the absolute worst part of the game, just by existing. But in terms of Kang, I think Kang is a sweet card. He's a card I was initially excited about, and then the more I read the text on it, the more I feel like it's actually not that great, because a lot of times you're just going down a card for information. There is a chance, though, if you top deck your Kang on turn 5 or turn 6, that you'll actually be able to draw another card, because you can't redraw Kang because he'll be gone. So maybe in that situation, Kang could be good, but I feel like that's not going to be the majority of your games. I feel like most of your games, Kang is just going to be in hand. So going down a card for information doesn't feel that great to me, especially when the opponent can change up their play. But there's a lot we don't know about this effect, so we're going to have to see how it plays out in game. But personally, I'm still more partial to things like Daredevil or White Queen, cards that give you important, valuable information in the game, but are also getting you stats on board and aren't leaving you down a card for doing so. So those are some thoughts. I'm curious what you guys think about Kang. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think Kang is going to be really, really good? Do you think he's overrated? What do you feel about him joining the big bads in Series 5? Is it, a worthy inclusion? Does it suck that another card is going to be permanently locked behind the awful Series 5 mechanic? Let me know in the comments below. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed it, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.